If you're listening right now to the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we know something about you. We know that you're obsessed with Little House on the Prairie.
For more than half a century, Little House on the Prairie, the series and the books have been bright lights for people all over the world who seek out goodness, decency, and human connection.
Here on the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we celebrate everything that made Little House so special.
The stories, the characters, the actors, and the messages that have made Little House iconic family television.
And a perfect counterpoint to a world that feels like it's going off the rails every day.
Where is Michael Landon when we need him most? I'm your host, Pamela Bob.
And I'm your prairie bitch, Allison Arngrim.
And I'm Dean Butler.
Our hashtag imaginary boyfriend. Join us for our loving, quirky, and often irreverent conversations about the finest family drama in the history of television.
And the imperfect people who made it that way.
In this third season, we are extremely grateful for the support of VisitSeeMeValley.com for their continuing sponsorship of Little House on the Prairie and the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast. Hello, bonnet heads. How you doing? This is Pamela Bob, your host, creator and star of Living on a Prairie, and I am here with your lovely prairie bitch. That's right, Ms. Allison Arngrim. And our hashtag imaginary boyfriend, Dean Butler. Ooh, he's given us the, ooh, wow. He's given us the, well, is it smarmy? I wouldn't call it smarmy.
That's, you know, that's so
sultry.
interesting that you would say that.
Sultry. That's what I meant. Sultry. Dean, we have too much of a platonic relationship. There he goes. They're back on. How are you guys doing? Allison, you're still in France. Good. Dean, you just had a weekend of chocolate. What's going on?
Oh, okay. So I'll tell my chocolate story, then Allison, you can catch us up on France. So I was in Long Island this last weekend with Patrick Laberteau and Todd Bridges. We were the Prairie Trio at the Chocolate Expo at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island. The place is awash in chocolate. There were like 7,500 people there throughout the day. It was really, they do. The Chocolate Expo people, hats off to them. They do a really nice job organizing. They've been doing these events for years and years and years. They've got this down. They've got great vendors. Nassau Coliseum is I guess where the Islanders play, the New York Islanders. Huge. I mean, it's a big, big venue. They were downstairs in a series of meeting rooms, big space, but really, really, really nice. I came home with more chocolate than I need and have eaten most of it. Impossible. So it's just like, not good. Allison, what's going on in France?
Like last time. I love the chocolate. Yeah, well, we did that last time. Bags of chocolate. Yeah. Well, I will be getting, I think, my chocolate fix. I've had a little chocolate here because we did play Belgium and people bring me gifts.
Great chocolate.
And this weekend is Switzerland. So I will be coming
really
home with a nice bag of chocolate from that.
Wow. Which is better? You have to tell us. You're going to have to tell us which is better, Belgian chocolate or Swiss chocolate.
What do you think?
That's the thing. It's a big thing. Is it Belgian or Swiss? Which is better? Belgian, Swiss, Belgian, Swiss. Yeah. Oh, maybe a preference thing. Swiss is pretty good. So I will find out. Yeah, I'm 6 shows down, 4 to go. Wow. I mean, this just seems like never ending. This weekend's completely sold out. Several shows have been completely sold out. Nice. The others were quite healthy, but yeah, the rest of the tour is pretty much sold out. It's
good for you, Allison. That's awesome.
And it's great fun and exhausting and fun all at the same time. And I've been hanging out with my friends and not quite sure, but I've been looking at places here.
Really?
A second place, just to have somewhere to hang out in France. Because who doesn't want to have a place to hang out in France?
I don't know. I haven't spent a lot of time in France, so I don't know the answer to that question. But good, well, you have.
Who are there enough
good
that
for
you could have a little?
I'm here enough. The air is very clean. The water is very clean. The food is very good. It's kind of like
a no-brainer.
Yeah, not too shabby.
That's awesome.
So it could be. I maybe if it's a really good deal, which I think it might be. So I'm just, I nothing's solid yet, but you know me,
Ever
you know
the
me
Nellie
in the deal.
Oleson, she's going to get a deal. Yeah.
It's always a deal. You know, I always there's some kind of a deal involved.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of,
there's that.
okay, so Pamela, speaking of Nellie Olson's,
Speaking of making a deal.
You got a little info here. What?
Oh my God.
Well, first of all, it was my birthday.
What are we allowed? What are we allowed?
It was my birthday.
To you. Happy birthday
you don't
to
have to
you.
sing it,
Happy
but I
birthday,
appreciate
dear Pamela.
it.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. And it was a lovely little day. I went to the gym, which is very responsible of me. And then I treated myself with a massage. It was actually really nice to have the luxury to like go to the gym and like have a it was nice. And then I treated myself to a massage, which was really nice.
That's really
good. And
good.
then we just had a really nice dinner with the kids and Hal and so that's why when you were saying you ate a lot of chocolate, I had chocolate cake last night. So there we go. There's my chocolate.
So it was, I'm sorry. So this was yesterday.
It was the 24th. Yes. March 24th. God,
well, Pamela, happy birthday. I mean, you are such a lovely breath of fresh air for everybody.
Thank you.
Happy birthday. And you don't look, a day over 37. I mean,
thank you, because that's how I feel. And that's why this aging thing is such a mind bend. I'm sure you guys feel the same way too. It's like, I feel exactly the same, but the number doesn't match that. And that bugs me out a lot. I think this is one of the first birthdays where I like had a bit of anxiety for sure.
Oh, so this was this a big number?
It wasn't the big one, but it's very close to the big one. And that don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense because I'm 37.
I'm sitting here going, I have shoes older than you. Stop it. I'm just like, what?
You're a kid.
Yes. That's what people keep telling me. So I will take that. Yeah, because I'm sure in 10 years I'll go, oh my God, I was la la la, as we all do.
You were so young.
But anyway, here's
the
little tidbit.
Oh yeah, okay. Yes.
Here's
lost
the
thread here.
You guys don't
Scoop.
tell anyone.
But now, how much are we allowed? How much are we allowed to say? How much are we allowed?
I don't think we can go into specifics, but I will.
Okay.
But I will share what I know, which is I got a little message from a friend who told me that she has an audition. She's a little girl. I did a show with her off Broadway in the last spring. Yeah. You know her because you saw her, Allison. And she.
Oh my God! Right,
her. She has an audition for season 2 of Little House on the Prairie as Nellie, the Nellie. So I was like, what? Like, send me everything you've got. So I've read the breakdown of the character, and I actually read the sides that she has to audition with. And
wow. Well, see, the breakdowns out there.
My
Any
house is the best home in all of
manager.
Walnut Grove?
No, it's not that at all. But she is horribly awful for sure in these sides.
Nice.
She's awful.
Like,
everyone will hate her. Yes. But
beautiful.
I was saying this, Allison, to Dean before you came on, which was, the sides are really open to interpretation. I mean, the language is there of her being awful, but it's very clear to me that it is that sort of like diamond in the rough type, like an Alison Arngrim walking into the room and going, boom, that's it.
Exactly.
And it is very much that, in my opinion, what these sides showed was like, anyone can.
Well, I mean, the breakdown
can say mean things, but it's what you do with it that will make it super unique and quintessentially Nellie. And also, by the way, a very hard shoe to fit. You know what I mean? Like, we know you, Allison, and even Allison Balson filled those shoes really well, but she was still also her original self to that role. So this is going to be sort of hopefully a third time's a charm of like casting a really not forgettable, very impressionable, iconic villain.
A new iconic
character.
Original.
Yeah.
Someone's
not
gonna
easy.
Well, I'm very enthused because like the breakdowns are out there. Anyone who's an agent, anyone who's a manager has the breakdowns, and so their legs are going look. So we know it's out there, and I know that there's a whole thing of like they've made it very, so there's almost a disclaimer. It doesn't quite say, don't act like the people on our show, but it kind of does. It's like,
it does.
Don't be copied. Just make this your own. Hint, hint. Do not just show up here and try to recreate the 1970s. Thank you. Which, you don't want to do. I mean, Allison Balson, our brilliant Nancy, said at 11 when I went, oh no, I didn't want to copy you. You were doing bitchy. I went mentally disturbed.
Totally her.
So that's the thing. But now we're going to level 3. Level 3. What will it be? It's going to be. They've made her. The gist I'm getting is that she's pretty bad. She's very, she's not the book girl. So it's level 4. So there's the book Nellie.
Level 4.
And she's a certain kind of bratty. And then there was my Nellie. And then there was Nancy. And this creation for the fabulous new Netflix show is not just the book Nellie, because it's been impacted by everything I did and everything Allison Balson did. So all these layers of history, this like geological thing is happening, so that you have the book Nellie. It's book Nellie is 1, I'm 2, Nancy's 3, and so this girl is going to be the 4.0, the next level of combining all of the psychic, as it were, input of all of these entities, if you could describe it that way. And this will be fascinating. But yeah, it's the kind of thing, like when I got my sides, it was like, well, this could go several ways. But so some girl has to come in and
make it her own.
Go kaboom.
Yeah, it's true. They were difficult sides because they're so open to interpretation. Like I won't say more, but yes, it was very interesting.
But then that means what they're looking for is a great actress. They're not looking for a cookie cutter. Okay, here, do this, honey. Some little kid is just going to do what the thing says and be this person. No, they're looking for a great actress, which I think is they're really going with. I mean, you look at the resumes of the people who are on there, they're going for quality. They're going to look for some kid who's they're hoping, lightning again, that someone's going to blow it out of the room. Like I did. Thank you. And I'm very excited about the whole thing. I mean, I was excited when I saw the Nellie in the musical. I was like,
I thought she did a great job.
She's
that young actress in the musical. Did you ever see? You saw the musical?
I didn't see it, but that's my friend Kate, who is in the Pictionary episode of Living on a Prairie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see there, exactly. She's fabulous.
Her last name is Loprest or something?
Yes, Kate Loprest.
Yep. Yeah, Loprest. Yeah,
I thought she was wonderful in the musical.
Awesome.
She's on tour right now with Sound of Music, playing the villain. So she has a niche. What is it? The girlfriend, the fiance that he breaks.
Yes, the Baroness.
The Baroness.
The Baroness, right.
I forget her name, but yes, that's Kate.
Yeah, nice.
See, I keep bringing up Star Trek. I'm all for it. You got Spock and Kirk. Will always be Spock and Kirk. Yeah. You have original Star Trek, but you got your, Discovery and your Brave New Worlds and your things. You have all this stuff. And of course, they're all different. Also, the Netflix show, remember, we're in this new century where everything's digital. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be filmed on 35 millimeter Panavision. Mm-hmm. It's even if they said, we're just going to go back and make the same, it's not going to look the same. No, nothing will be the same. Yeah. There's no way it's the same. It's just not. Mm-hmm. And I'm good with that. And we look at the new Star Treks now with our fabulous new technology, and you kind of go back and see Shatner and Nimoy, and you go, oh dear, that's a cardboard set, and that's a big fake meteor, and what are we all doing here? But things change.
Great, though.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will be amazing, and it's the next level. And we have all the Star Treks, and we have this is the way of the world. This is the way of nature. Sure. This is the natural progression of how this should be.
Yes, I agree. Well, so we've discussed a little bit of our Allison, your thoughts about what will ultimately end up being. Let's go back to what version. So now it's version 2. We're going to step back into part 2 of version 2 of you and talk about the second half of what we talked about yesterday. Pamela, take us there.
She's a great episode. Okay, it's Nellie, Nancy, and Nancy, Nellie. Part 2. All right, everybody. From UBN Go and Prairie Partners and visit SeeMeValley.com and our wonderful patrons What's up? This is the Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary podcast. All right, everybody. Here we go.
Yes, we're there.
The bitch is back.
It's the second half of this madness.
Yes, Dean. What are we talking about?
So today, talking about episode 2 of season 8, The Reincarnation of Nellie, part 2. The show premiered on October 12th, 1981, written and directed by Michael Landon. I think he had a really good time writing this. Because so we see, we've had lots of conversations through the years about the evolution of this character and how Allison Balson came in and didn't want to copy you clearly. Well, Mike, I don't know how much writing Michael did after the audition versus how much he did before the audition.
Yes.
I mean, and with Michael, you don't know because he could blow out a whole episode in 24 hours if he had to. So, I think he knew that he needed to take this up to another level, and by God, did he deliver. Allison, what is part 2 of this show all about?
Are you thinking pink pages and blue pages? Like he wrote one version, then went,
I'm wondering how many white pages he wrote before he actually hired her. And then once he had her, and then he just goes through and said, I'm turning this up. And
will you guys explain to the audience what the different color pages mean?
Well, when you do a show, you have your regular script, you do white pages, and there's always some change. There's always something that I changed my mind, this scene, we're adding a scene. And I forgot what order they go in.
Right.
Is it pink and then blue, or blue and then pink and then goldenrod?
Yeah.
And then goldenrod.
I have a feeling I'm feeling like it's blue then pink, but I'm not.
I think it's blue first. I think you're right. I think blue is first. No, pink is after blue.
Okay.
It's coming back to me.
I think if it's it's not alphabetical, but because goldenrod sort of blows that out. But I feel like it's blue, pink, goldenrod. But it's been a while since I've seen a script. But to your point, there are always changes. Knowing Michael, we generally shot with Michael, other than if it was like a location change or something because of weather. Yeah. We shot white pages of Michael's scripts. I mean, there just weren't a lot of changes to that. So
it depended on the show. I remember quite a few blue and very rarely goldenrod, a little blue, a little pink.
Yeah. I mean, just a little bit here and there, but I think it was more logistical than full-on rewrites of things. I just don't feel like that really happened a lot. But so anyway, he clearly had in mind, I mean, the way he wrote this and the troubled Pat and all of that, he knew where he was taking this.
Yes, but I wonder whether when he found the second
that's
Allison,
really the question, isn't it?
If he then went, I can do this, and this with this one because she's brilliant and capable. We can have a lot more fun.
I think that's very possible that he was able to amp it up because of what she showed him in the room. Oh my God,
she's so good. Okay, Allison, give us the synopsis.
Yes.
Hit it, girl.
Well. Belinda is found nearly frozen in the ice house. Nancy, of course, falsely claims that Willie shut the door, hiding her own role, the plot to eliminate her rival for the school show. Well, and for Albert, because remember, she's in love with Albert. Investigating further, Charles learns Nancy's troubled past. And with Laura realizes she orchestrated the incident while using Willie as an unwitting accomplice. Even Harriet is shaken by Nancy's deception. Determined to stop her, the school children trick Nancy into believing she's been crowned star of the talent show, only to reveal she's actually the target of a dunk tank. Awesome. After Belinda and Harriet take their turns dunking her, Harriet finally tells Nancy she doesn't need lies or cruelty to be loved.
Nancy, of course, doesn't believe that because she keeps going. But that's sort of I thought it was sort of an interesting lesson. That I mean, the town really, it's like tough love here. And
yeah,
see, I think for that lesson to really work, I think we have to have the sense that people really like her first in order to teach her a lesson.
See, I think
what do you think?
In order for that lesson to learn, the person has to not be a complete and total psychopath who is actually capable of change. I mean, if there's one thing this episode ultimately showed me, was that this girl was born a dangerous psychopath. Like, she is dangerous. And I really don't think, unlike Nellie, I'm not so sure she's capable of change just because she feels the love. Like, I really...
Yeah, because I got nice.
Because you... Right.
Yeah.
This girl, and it starts from scene 1, like, right off the top, where I was like, oh, she's a total psychopath. Because the whole episode starts off, this is now part 2, but she goes into the ice house with Belinda, who she's insanely jealous of. And, well, actually, that's not true. She goes down to the ice house with Willie, who then explains to her that,
about getting cold.
Don't get caught down here. There's no inside
But
lock.
she's scheming.
Yeah, she's scheming every second.
It's not just that she's scheming. It's like that Hannibal Lecter, like, she's taking complete joy out of the horror of knowing that she is probably going to kill Belinda in there. Like, she's loving it. The pleasure she's getting behind her eyes is like really terrifying stuff. Like, really terrifying stuff. And I've watched this episode a million times before, but I haven't watched it recently. And boy, oh boy, did it hit me like, oh, this girl is very dangerous. And I don't know if dunking her in a little pool in a mermaid outfit is gonna do the trick. I don't think it's gonna.
I think somehow she's redeemed by the cute curls and the whole thing. I mean, I don't know. It's interesting. You see,
especially
there's a little sweetness there, but what she always is covering that with, or she's buttoning everything in the close-ups after everyone steps away, she's buttoning it with these expressions of evil, which are really
evil.
Tough.
Yeah. I said,
and the calculation, because when Willie shows her the place, she goes, so are you saying that if someone was locked in here, they would freeze to death? Yes. But really, how long would they have to be in here? And she's like, I mean, it's like that bad. And then the extra step that she didn't even need to do, she could have locked Belinda in there and just gone, oops, I was never in the ice house. I don't know. It closed. But she goes, Willie, I forgot to shut the door.
No, she doesn't even do that. She says, Willie, is the door open?
Yeah, is the door
She
supposed
doesn't
to be
acknowledge
open?
that she was ever in there.
Won't the ice melt? And he's like,
exactly.
Well, I'll go close it.
It's open. She manipulates him into shutting the door. So if this was modern days, his fingerprints will be on the door, basically. His DNA is now in this murder scene.
Mastermind.
That she puts him to do it. And then she can go, I don't know what happened. He's the one who shut the door. And he's like, yeah, I shut the door. So, then she's dragged him implicated him in an attempted murder, putting his fingerprints and DNA at the scene by coming up with this, you need to shut the door story. She didn't need to do that. That was just like an extra thing that she decided to do to make everything worse. I mean, geez.
Right. Well, it furthers, it does cement the calculation. The other thing that it sort of does is Michael was so clever in the way that he wrote these things. I mean, he was able to, as the writer, I just got to believe he had a ton of fun writing this.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Well, she's like a dream for a writer. Are you kidding me?
I just think, I think Michael puts, we've talked about this last week, and we always talk about it where his scripts are concerned. He puts everything in motion so quickly, so economically. You're not wondering what's going on here. You see it so clearly, and everything checks the box with the next thing. I mean, the thread pulls wonderfully in his scripts. It always did. Yeah. It's who he was as a writer. So smart, so clever, so funny, and could be dark.
Yes.
you know,
He had a warped sense of humor, and he was just like, "Mwah."
Yeah.
He loved, I mean, this is a man who was born on Halloween.
Yeah.
This is a man who loved the twisted jokes in the Halloween. So of course he loved this. But like, now I've always said I'm not jealous of Miss Bolton, but I did notice that when they put her to work in the restaurant, I did write down, are they giving that little bitch my restaurant too?
Wow. Well, you know what
she got my wig.
What I wrote in my notes, and this was a revelation that came to me at the top of the episode. I said, the difference between Nancy and Nellie, besides the obvious, oh, she's just a straight up like chemical imbalance psycho. I said, they both have punchable faces, but I'm not a proponent of any harm involving children whatsoever. It's just, let's use it just as a saying.
Yep.
They both have punchable faces, but Nellie's face was more just sort of pure evil, whereas Nancy has that Cupid doll, cute, like super syrupy, like saccharine cuteness about her face that makes it almost worse.
She's very Patty McCormick. She's a real throwback to the Betsy.
It's so insidious.
What would you give me for a basket of kisses? What would you give me for a bushel of hugs?
Yes,
she's got that thing going on.
It's that. It is that exactly. Yes, it's yucky.
Which I love. I love so much. That's what made me so happy about the whole thing.
All right, let's move on, shall we? Okay, so Nancy then manipulates Willie to think that, oh, just the door happens to be open in the ice house. And Willie's like, no, it shouldn't be open. I'll go ahead and close it. And she's like, Okay, so now Belinda is now, well, before that also, let's just mention that Nancy also, to lure Belinda into the ice house, also pure evil, is like, I'll help you audition for the pageant. You know, my mother will play piano
for us, right?
Which is a luxury. And then she locks her in the ice house. Okay, next. so evil. Okay, so the next day, right?
Yes.
It's the next day.
Yes.
Mr. Olson.
We see our beautiful sunrise shot, so we know that it's new day.
Mr. Olson goes down into the ice house like you do and finds a very passed out Belinda in the ice house. Oh boy. Comatose.
Close to death.
Yes. A miracle she's not dead. Am I right? I mean, that's just insane. Okay. Yeah. Now we're in Doc Baker's. Doc Baker, the miracle man.
Albert runs to her to see if Belinda's all right. And we come into the office and we find her parents and Doc Baker. And so he's giving the worst possible news.
Yes.
Or actually, he's giving hopeful news.
And Belinda's parents are there. Now, might I say something about Belinda's father? Lovely man, lovely man. You know, they're in TV. You're not supposed to be too big. You have to play it a little under, otherwise it'll look not believable. This dude was so under. I was like, wake up, Dad, wake up. I don't know, what his delivery was just very, very without any kind of emotion whatsoever. And I thought, how'd that happen? What's happening here? Did you guys think that? No.
Very strange.
It was very strange, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was restrained, no question. Yeah, I think he was being very careful.
Yes. Anyway, no diss to the actor or anything. I just thought it was
just was it. And yet, I mean, it's interesting. I think we look at a lot of guest casting, this sort of under five situations that, and I always feel like the most sort of countrified people that we had on the show, I mean, that were legitimately sort of country, were always the under five people, who really had an earthy quality to them. I think it's a very common function of Susan McCrae's casting is to identify those people and bring them in.
I mean, he was very sweet, but I thought, that's interesting.
Well, the mother reminded me a little bit of Pamela Roylance. I thought.
Oh, yeah.
I thought she was lovely.
Yeah, I could see that. Okay, so the dad, they're trying to figure out how the heck this happened. Cut to Nancy vocalizing in the mirror, practicing her singing, and brilliant. I mean,
screeching.
Brilliant. Literal screech.
And again, improving on what I'd done, because remember, I'm on range. I had my horrendous ear bleeding home on the range, and she went the rest of the way with the shrieking.
When did you sing Home on the Range?
Allison,
I was at the piano playing badly. The piano I don't play and I don't really sing. And I was the piano in the Mercantile. Home, I'm on the range. I believe Dr. Baker shows up and says, "Can I get you something for your throat?" You seem to be like,
yes.
It's like, oh yeah, it's lovely. But she went, yeah.
Yeah, she went high too. She modulated that up a step or two.
Go girl.
Okay, so then of course they call her down, Nancy, like what happened? And of course she has her story all set and ready and playing Little Miss Innocent.
Yes,
of course. Yes, we did go down to the ice house. Yes, and I did leave because I had to get the burlap sack. And when I came back, the door had been closed. I just figured she had changed
Belinda
her mind.
had gone home.
Yeah. And then
she must have left.
Is she okay? And acts very upset. And then to add insult to injury, does the whole, did you think that I actually did something to hurt
Everybody
her?
hates me.
Oh, that act. Oh, boy. It's so good.
Yeah. No, I mean, she's... Again, just
she wonderfully written to a next level.
Wonderfully written, and all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed. I mean, Michael's imbued her with all the ability to scheme this out entirely.
And how great is Jonathan? How great is Jonathan in this team? He's almost a young man.
Yes.
And he's been accused, and he's like, no, he stands his ground. I'm not having this. I didn't do any of this stuff. It's her. Why do you people not get it? Oh my God, he's fabulous.
But at first, he doesn't. They call him in too because he doesn't know what happened to Belinda.
Right. They no idea.
Asked him, "Did you close the door to the ice house?" And he was like, "Yeah, it was open. I closed it." And they were like, "Oh, well, that solved it." And it isn't until afterwards where he realizes, where he finds out from Albert what actually happened to Belinda. And he's like, no, she absolutely knew Belinda was down there. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh, because Albert's going, oh yeah, she didn't know. And he's like, yeah, she did. Like, wait, what? Yeah. I love that scene.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, busted.
As they're all figuring it out. I love watching, Catherine McGregor, who always played a wonderfully protective mother, has, with this craziness, that amplifies up to, I mean, she is on the verge of a nervous breakdown every minute.
Yes.
Thinking this little girl's going to run away and that, oh my God, and I lost my Nellie. Now I'm going to lose her. And it's just, Catherine really bit down on the drama of this.
Oh my gosh, she did.
Yeah.
And see, that's what was great. Because you're like, why? Why is this woman like backing up this clearly dangerous, crazy child? When she says, but they'll send her back. I won't have the little girl in it. She's willing to any cost.
Yeah, doesn't matter who gets hurt. Yeah, don't take her away from me.
I want the little girl.
Yeah.
So crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so
we know that. So look, it's. So I'm sorry. So we know it's like Nellie. We know it's Nellie all over again. Belinda. Belinda. We know that Belinda's. So we go to school, right? Can we jump ahead to school?
Yeah.
So the next day, Albert comes in and says, Belinda's not going to be there. Who's auditioning? The girls' hands go up. And Belinda's so sorry Nancy's so sorry that Belinda will miss the audition.
That's how Albert knows something is terribly wrong, because Nancy puts it on real thick with him. Like, it's a shame Belinda won't be here to audition. Well, there's always next year. And Albert's like,
that was so evil.
Oh, evil.
How
so evil.
We've talked about this before, and Nancy takes this to another level. I mean, lots of very forward little girls.
Thirst on the Prairie.
Again, it's about a boy. The thirsty girls of Walnut Grove. She's in love with Albert and chaos.
I'm pitching it to Bravo. Thirsty girls of Walnut Grove.
The thirsty girls of Walnut Grove.
Netflix needs a spinoff right now. Maybe Netflix will do it. But
I think baby Carrie was the only one who wasn't boy crazy.
That's right. Probably.
It's the only girl who had any sense and didn't like flip out every time a boy looked at her.
Yeah, that is wild. Okay.
Yeah.
So
and that's basically the end of Act 1.
Yes, it has all been established right off the bat. I was quite surprised by how the first minute of the episode is all this happens with the ice house. I mean, this is like
the first couple pages.
Yes.
This is like zoop.
We get
again.
Right
Michael
to
puts
the point.
it all in motion right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I love this is sort of interesting at the top of Act 2, where Willie's not hungry, which surprised. This conversation between Nels and Willie is the most, I think, is sort of the most like two guys having a conversation and, tell me what's on your mind, son, kind of thing, which of course, Willie is showing signs of it. Becoming a young man now.
That's it. This is the first time we see we see Willie becoming an actual person. Do you know what I mean? But like and he's an actual person of substance and or thought or consideration. It's actually we feel bad for him that he has to have another sister. Like he was finally free and now he's has to deal with this.
Yes.
There was an interesting moment. He said, I had a sister who hated me. I had a sister, she hated me. No, he was my loyal henchman, who I hardly work without. But that's it. For a long time, his basic role was the henchman. And so it was like, we never quite knew, was Willie really evil or not? Was he a bad boy or not? He was just hanging. And now he's going to clearly be a good guy. Yeah. And he's totally a good guy and is not having it with this Nancy.
Yeah, which is really nice for us to witness. Truly.
I wonder what Jonathan's. I mean, I think that's just a really cool thing that Jonathan could make that turn so cleanly.
I know.
Yes.
And it's so believable.
So good.
Jonathan does not. I mean, we all know. I think everyone who was around him knows how wonderful he was. But Jonathan doesn't really get the credit for being as terrific as he was all the time. He really was wonderful.
I think people are just noticing now. They're just noticing now. And I've been screaming that Jonathan Gilbert is one of the great actors of our generation of genius forever, going, look at what he's doing. Would you look at what he's doing? And it's like, ha, 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 ha. Now people are going, wait a minute. Oh, my God. He's really good.
Really wonderful.
I think it's probably because it was so natural that it's hard for people to think that
he made it look easy. Boy made it look easy.
He did make it look easy.
He just
made it look really
was
easy.
that kid, right? Like you have to remind yourself that he's acting because he's so good at it.
Allison, did he really talk? No, he's clearly his voice has dropped. He's grown 8 inches. His voice has dropped. Just take us back for a second. When he was really tiny, was his voice that high? Was that the way he talked, or was that just something? Is that something he affected for the character?
I think he laid it on a little thick, but he was a teeny tiny little boy with a little teeny high voice. He was this big. He was this little tiny child.
He was great.
But I mean, there's a scene way back where a whole thing where I want to shove Willie out of the seat because I want some cute boy to sit next to me, and I go thump, and he's to slide out of the seat. And we tried it, and I go, and he goes, do it, and I do it, and Jonathan, I barely touched him, and he shot out of the seat across the room and slammed into the wall and slid down the wall to the floor, and went, "How's that?" So he was thinking and doing like he, mind blowing. He was
he was really special. I have to be really impressed by how strong his instincts were. All the time.
Maybe one day he will grace us.
I hope so.
His presence.
I hope so.
I know. He's sort of disappeared into the dark night once again, but he showed up. Actually, 2 years ago yesterday. 2 years ago yesterday.
Yeah. Oh my God, you are right.
I'm freaking out. Seriously? Is it 2 years ago yesterday?
Yeah.
That was the event in Simi.
Yeah. Amazing.
It's a blur.
Yeah.
It's a blur.
It is a blur. Really so much has gone on. Yeah.
I know.
It's remarkable. At the end of the scene, he kisses his father goodnight. Does not now he really shuts up when Harriet comes into the
right,
room.
because he was going to talk to Nels and actually confide in him, and then his mother comes in the room and he's like, boop, nope,
yeah,
zip
not saying
up the
anything
lip.
about this now. Yeah.
Let's also give Willie some props, because this entire episode he has to endure and bear with being at family dinners and in his home while Nancy is doing her thing, and he knows what the actual truth is, and he can't tell them because he can't tell his mother.
Yeah.
And so he has to just suck it up and deal with it. I mean, talk about, what an uncomfortable way to live. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, he wants to tell Nels everything, but Catherine McGregor, mom, walks into the room. He's like, nope, can't do it. Kisses his father goodnight and then walks out of the room. Right. Catherine McGregor, or Harriet, I should say, doesn't notice anything odd until Nels says,
"Oh, the boys are like that at age,"
which I think is actually true.
Yeah,
I think that is an actual condition. But interesting that he would kiss his father goodnight. And I get not kissing mom. I mean, we see this, with our grandson, where there was such a sweetness in him as a little boy, and now it's like everybody is sort of,
How old is he?
He's 14 now.
Yeah, well,
so I mean, it's like there's just no contact with the kid at all, and he's a great kid, but it's just a very different energy. And Jonathan, how old was Jonathan there? What do we think?
Oh my God, I'm trying to remember how old he was. That wait, 81.
Yeah.
So he's like 14.
Yeah. He seems older than 14.
He does seem older than 14.
Maybe 15, because I'm going 81. I'm like 19. I'm like 5 years older than him. So he's like 14, pushing 15. Yeah.
I'm very impressed with Jonathan's evolution. And what you see in this is that Jonathan, or that Willie, is going to be his dad's son.
Yes.
In the long term, he is going to be his father's son,
right.
Not his mother's son. His father's son.
Thank God.
Which is really, a nice thing. And I wonder how conscious any of that was for Jonathan.
Yeah.
But he brought that, and it was great.
I mean, the things that went on that child's head that we didn't know. I mean,
yeah. And then, so Willie goes to his room, his homework is gone, and now we have another moment.
Yes. Willie knows that Nancy absolutely took his paper. And so they make a ruckus. Nels and Harriet come upstairs. Of course, Harriet does not want to believe that her precious Nancy has taken this homework until Nels finds the homework.
Reads the papers, yes.
And not only does he find the homework, but every excuse Nancy gives, which is like, no, he stole it from me, but her paper isn't finished, so how could he have stolen it from her? And also, he got many answers wrong on this homework, and her answers were identical to his answers. So, yes, she absolutely stole the homework.
And I love it. They let her go through all the excuses. And Nels goes, no, because here's your paper and it's right here. Oh, no, you'll have the same wrong answers. And no. And he said she should find someone who's better at math to copy.
Yeah.
And he just goes like, no. And look, it's half done. And so even Harriet can no longer deny. Right. It's that kind of,
Except Harriet still does not want to punish the girl. She still refuses
she'll run
to
away.
Punish her.
Yeah.
She's too afraid, that it will push her away. And so Nels is like, no, she's got to be punished. So if I'm not spanking her, then have her at least work in the restaurant. She can clean dishes, right?
Give her a job. Right. She needs a job. That's what the girl needs, an outlet. We'll give her a job. And that's when I said, did the bitch get my restaurant too? She got my wage.
Well, yes and no, because she doesn't actually do the work, does she? So,
but before that, Harriet goes to essentially bribe her and offers to pay her $1 a day, including Sunday off.
$1,
which is a huge amount of money.
Which is a lot of money.
An insane amount of money. I mean, that's more than Ma was making, I'm sure.
Yeah.
No, we heard about the mill and how much Pa would make and how much, Mr. Edwards. No, $1 a day is like a huge amount of money.
And getting paid on Sundays when it's closed on Sundays.
Yeah,
I mean, this is
she gets paid on Sunday as well. Yeah.
It is so, I mean, she's
Don't
just
tell
such
your
a-
father.
Don't
Harriet
tell your
says to her,
father.
don't tell
I mean,
your father.
parenting 101 not to do right there in this scene. Like,
Oh, it's so bad.
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so disgusting. Okay. So, and then especially when it ends with like, don't tell your father I'm paying you. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, and then is that when she rips the head off the doll?
Yes.
When does she rip the head
Yes.
off the
Twists
doll?
the head
She
off the doll.
twists-
Yeah.
What the holy bejesus? She twisted the
I'm not
doll.
sure
I
what
freaked
quite
out.
motivated. She's getting everything she wants. What's
She's
the
psycho
killer?
because she is chemically imbalanced. She was born not right in the head. I mean, you don't twist a doll's head like that unless something is seriously wrong with you. There is no fixing this person. She is utterly disturbed.
So, just curiosity, Allison and Pamela, any doll head twisting as
No.
you grew up? Yeah, I mean, even you, Allison.
No, no. I was a big fan of the Addams Family and Wednesday, who did guillotine her doll. And I did want a guillotine. I wanted to have like a doll with no head. A few Barbies' heads popped up, but sitting and methodically twisting. No, that's creepy. It's one thing to
it's
imitate
bad.
the Addams Family on Halloween, but no, that was just twisting the doll's head off. That's
Yeah.
not.
I'm just not sure what
bad.
motivated that, since she was getting everything she
Her
wanted.
brain, her
Yeah, okay.
imbalanced brain motivated that.
Okay.
There is no other
Well, she was still
rationale.
mad she had to work. Because when she got in the kitchen and then Hester goes, great, you're going to do dishes. And she's like, oh, no, not. And she's not going to do dishes. So suddenly this book, I did dishes with my mother. And suddenly she's having trauma and I'm having flashbacks. I can't do the dishes now. Okay.
Well, but so what happens though the very next day is that the Albert and Willie have concocted a plan. To put
Plan
an
number
end
one.
to this to put an end to this pageant thing.
Right, because they know that Nancy is lying, just straight up lying about everything, and they want to punish her by getting the pageant canceled, in effect, so that she can't possibly get any part in it. So Laura, who's apparently like this is her favorite thing to do this pageant every year. Okay. I have issues with Laura as a teacher, but we'll pass that by right now. I don't think she's very good, but anyway.
But it's a school-wide boycott. They all go, I'm not doing it. I'm
She's
not.
like,
They'll
who's
just
going to
bail.
audition? No hands go up. And in fact, the people that were going to participate in it now say they can't participate in it. And she,
Yep.
But this is my favorite part: is that afterwards, Laura then says, "I'm very disappointed in you all." Like that's not what you say. You can say I'm very disappointed, but why does it have to be at you all?
Well, no,
Come on.
Look, I mean, Michael,
they were hard. They were very hard on
wrote
Steve
it,
Spector.
so he took her down that path.
Yeah,
whether
he
that
really
was
did.
maybe the best
But
teacher path.
1800s.
Yeah.
No, in our era, a teacher would say, "Oh no, I can say that to the children." In the 1800s, I mean, they did kind of say, "Yes, it is your fault." I mean, this was the era of standing in the corner and wearing dunce caps.
Wrapping
Shaming
someone's
people
knuckles
was
with a
a
ruler.
thing.
I suppose, though. I just think Laura, as a teacher, sometimes is a little tone deaf, a little bit. She likes to scream at her kids a lot. She does scream a lot. There is a YouTube clip someone has put on that cracks me up, and the title of the clip is "Worst Teacher Ever," and it's just clips
Really?
of Laura
my
teaching,
God.
just like yelling at her kids. It's so funny. It's a short little clip, but it is hilarious, and the title cracks me up.
Well,
Anyway.
she looks great in the classroom.
She does. She looks gorgeous.
She looks great in the classroom.
I know.
But
did you notice? Every woman in Walnut Grove taught what Mrs. Garvey taught.
Yeah.
Mrs. Olson even taught for a couple of days with her French classes and everything. Everyone taught except me. I never taught. Not a day. Had a restaurant. Never taught. Not a day. Not a single episode.
No one
reason
would
for
have
that,
you.
of course.
Yes, no one would have you.
Who would dare?
I actually think
never
poor
taught.
Albert, like his sister is now the teacher. Like gross. It's yucky. Not like he has a choice. Not like they have a choice. But that's not a nice situation to be in. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I digress, though. I digress. we'll get back to the episode now. Okay, so the pageant is canceled. Done. Back in the Olsen's house around the dinner table. Again, poor Willie having to endure all of this without saying anything yet, which is Nancy is saying, I can't believe that the pageant has happened. And then Harriet also chimes in, agreeing with Nancy that
she'll write a new play.
Yes, and that everyone is jealous of Nancy because she's clearly the prettiest and the most talented, and that's why it happened, yada, yada.
Yes.
And then Willie finally explodes and he cannot take it anymore. And he's like, no one wants to do it because no one likes you. Like, you're the worst.
That lesson or that truth is what makes the dunk tank thing more cruel than a lesson.
I know.
And that part of that
public shaming
bothered me a little bit.
I know. Yeah. It is so interesting. Again, I've watched this episode a gazillion times, and these things never hit me until very recently of like,
well, you're a parent now. You're a parent.
Guess so. I guess so. And of course,
now,
we're looking at it.
Are we taking into account?
What's that?
What are we taking into account?
I was in the dunk tank. We did an episode years before this.
What was the setup for it?
Somehow Laura connived to get me into a dunk tank so that I could be dunked repeatedly.
Well,
but I think I think there's a difference is that while you annoyed people, everybody didn't hate you. There's a difference. And it was established right up front. I mean, Michael wrote this in a way that you could not like this girl. This girl was really a problem. So I guess the question becomes, how do you resolve that issue? How do you teach a lesson?
Well, that's exactly why I'm saying the difference is like, this was attempted murder. It wasn't just bullying someone. Like, she could have actually killed this person.
Oh, you're talking about Belinda now.
I'm talking about Belinda.
Yeah.
Like, this is attempted murder. This person is dangerous.
Yeah, this is not a humorous get even thing. I mean, there's really a serious problem. And then, of course, we're going to find out later that Charles goes to Sleepy Eye and, learns more information about her. But I think that's an interesting thing. Now, again, I think the episodes move at such a tempo despite the fact that in this era, Little House is always slower than the entertainment that we're seeing today, where you're cutting every 20 frames.
Yeah.
The show had a different pace, but Michael's storytelling unfolded so quickly that you weren't necessarily thinking about, on first viewing, the implications of this. Now, maybe, we're watching this in a different sort of, microcosmic way. And so we're maybe seeing things.
Yeah.
But I just think it's an interesting thing that it's clear that everyone despises this girl and they're going to put her in this dunk tank and who knows what's going to happen to her there.
Yeah. Well, there wasn't much discussion about
but she got a nice mermaid outfit. I didn't get a mermaid
iconic mermaid outfit. I know. All right, wait.
When we were in Tombstone 2 years ago, there was a version of that costume in
such a good
Tombstone
costume.
Hotel.
I love the costume.
Yeah.
Okay. So back at the table, Willie finally explodes. And he's like, hey, no one's doing the pageant because no one freaking likes you.
Right.
And he goes off. And then that sparks Nancy to then, quote unquote, open up to her new adoptive parents and turns on the tears and talks about how, she's used to people hating her. Her mother hated her, and that's why she left her. And she tried to make her like me, but she just hated me, and I did the best, and she would yell at me, and she would hit me, and she left me on a street corner. And of course, Harriet and Nels are left devastated. And the funny line for me was like, in our rush to adopt her, we never even bothered to find out what her background was. And I thought, you think?
Why? They knew nothing. They knew nothing.
It's like, what? Okay, so now they're like, we have to be patient. And they are actually being responsible parents at this very moment.
Yeah, so they are, as Act 2 comes to an end, they recognize that they have to view this in a little different way, given the information that Nancy has just imparted. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back with this.
We'll get back to more evil.
When we get back, I want to talk about, because in school, Laura gives that whole spiel lecturing the kids about what she's been through and being abandoned.
Let's talk about.
She lectures Albert.
Yes.
Wait, we'll talk about this when we get back. We'll be right back.
When you visit Simi Valley, California, you're stepping into the pages of history. Go from the pioneers to the presidents. Explore beautiful wildflowers, hike through iconic Hollywood locations, and end your day aboard the actual Air Force One at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum. Throughout the summer, take the Little House 50th Anniversary Tour at Big Sky Movie Ranch. Less than 15 minutes from Los Angeles and 30 minutes from Universal Studios, Simi Valley has small-town charm with big-time history. Go to visitsimiValley.com for more information. We are so grateful to visitsimiValley.com for their commitment to presenting the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast.
Okay, we're back, everybody, with more evil from
more Nancy evil.
Evil Nancy. Okay, so we're back now. Nancy, we are back in school, and Nancy is again sort of coming up to the class and turning on the act once more of saying, like, I know you all hate me, and I'm going to remove myself from the pageant, and I don't want to stop you guys from being able to have the pageant just because of little old me. And she leaves. And then Laura, worst teacher ever, decides.
What, because she tells the story?
Because she tells Nancy's very personal business to the entire class. Like, it's so inappropriate. HIPAA, come on. Like, it's so. Now, she could have said, you know, we don't know what Nancy has had a hard background. You don't know what she's been through, but she's been through a lot, and we need to be kind and compassionate towards her. And you don't know the struggles that, like, that's appropriate. But literally being like, hey, you guys, guess what happened to her? It's so inappropriate.
Yeah. Now, you cannot put this on. Yes, Laura says these things. Yes, maybe it's inappropriate, but I mean,
it is what it is. It got us to the next thing. Oh, no, of course. It has nothing to do with the actress. It's just like
the story being told.
Oh, no, you can't do that.
And again, they adopted this child knowing nothing about her. They were like, here, have a kid. So in the same thing of things we would never do today, oh, yeah, the adopted kid. Here's what happened to her. That now it's a medical violation. It would be like, you can't reveal the minor. Yeah, it's all this stuff that, like, glad we don't live in the 1800s anymore. Oh, my God.
Yeah, really intense.
So Laura makes this whole pitch to the kids.
Yes.
And they bite.
Yeah, they feel bad for her.
But she starts lecturing, of all people. She says, to be abandoned, to have no parent. And there's Albert. Albert is sitting right there, and she gets to Albert's face. Well, can you imagine what it's like to be abandoned? I'm sorry, when she met him, he was living under a staircase.
Under a staircase, right. Exactly.
Albert had run away from an orphanage where he was starving and mistreated and was living under a staircase. And she's lecturing this child about how he should be sympathetic to Nancy because she was an orphan.
It's real weird.
So many conundrums.
So many conundrums. That is the title of this episode. So many conundrums.
So, and after all of that, Nancy buttons it wonderfully.
Right, because they call her back and she's still playing the sad act. And they're like, guess what, Nancy? We are going to do the pageant. Hooray. We're all here for you. And then, yes, Nancy has a private take to camera, just rolling her eyes, saying,
dummies.
Yeah.
Evil. This.
Love that. Oh my God, Michael, you are seeding this child with so much evil.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And you know he was writing this, with his yellow legal pad in his left hand, the whole thing going,
Sure. Of course he was.
The whole time.
No, I'm sure.
Yes.
This just like him with his humor, his wit, all of that. This just like had to have flown out of him. mean, this is like so in a sweet spot of that sort of. There was such moral clarity in what he would write, and he had on his hands now a real villain that he could.
Do you think like this was one of those ones he wrote in 2 hours? Because there are always ones like, I'm almost done. He would just bang them out and go, I have this idea. And it would just go bloop on the paper. I think this is one of those.
There are wonderful stories about Michael sitting at his desk in his office, and he would turn his back to the writer's room. You know, he had like his guys around him, and he would turn his back, and the room would go quiet for 10 minutes. Just there'd be no one would say anything, and no one needed to fill the space. Michael was thinking, and then after whatever the amount of time he needed, he'd turn around and he would lay out this story, and he would set it up with. I remember a time when I was a kid he would dig into something very personal, and then he could spin that into this story that he wanted to tell. And it was just like clarity. Kent McCrae talked about the fact that he could write a script overnight. His first script that he wrote for Bonanza, he wrote on a Sunday afternoon or over a weekend, because there was a hole in the schedule in Bonanza, and he had an idea, and he said he called David Dortort or whoever I think it was David Dortort, and said, if I can give you a script on Sunday, can you shoot it on Monday? And David Dortort said, yeah, sure. And by God, the script was on David Dortort's door on Sunday morning, and they prepped it that day and shot it the next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's.
No, I think there was a genius in Michael, and an ability to see where a story lived, and he just had an uncanny clarity about what was going to work and what would teach, and just really extraordinary. I mean, these are the things that people are going to be watching in his show, in this show, and the other shows that he was involved with, Highway and so on. These are the things that people watch over and over again and marvel at. Yeah. He did create a formidable villain here.
He really
and
did.
She gave it to him. She had all the tools to do it for him. It was a wonderful pairing. I don't know that I really have appreciated how wonderful Allison Balson was until you really start looking at all of this and realizing the pairing of the writer
and analyzing
and the actress,
right,
and understanding what she was able to give him and give voice to the story that he knew he could tell with her. It's pretty great.
Okay, let's move on.
So Charles goes to sleepy eye now.
And here we go. Here we go, everybody. So, of course,
we kind of knew she was lying. We just didn't know what the story was.
Exactly. Okay, so Charles bumps into, what's his name?
Mr. Case.
Who's, the head of the orphanage.
Runs the orphanage.
We've met him, runs the orphanage. And Mr. Case is like, how's Nancy? Like, I'm afraid to ask, because he knows she's batshit bananas. Okay, sorry, excuse me. But sometimes you just have to say that. Okay, so Pa's like, well, it was rough at first, but now that she's finally started to open up, and we know about her mother abandoning her, and now we have more of a grasp. And Mr. Case is like, excuse me?
That's not what happened.
So basically we find out, and this solidifies the fact that Nancy was born a psychopath, right?
Yeah.
For me, I was like, oh, there it is.
Right?
Okay. Her mother died in childbirth. This is the real story. Mm-hmm. And Nancy was raised by a lovely, very kind little grandmother who
couldn't take
it because Nancy was a horror and kept getting into trouble. And the old woman just couldn't take it anymore. So, which is rough in itself, of course.
That's a tough story.
I mean, the story is awful, but it also makes you go, oh, she's a psychopath. Got it. Cool.
1800s, more 1800s, no privacy of the
That's
patient
right.
or child. He's blurting out her
Right.
life story to
Right.
this guy he doesn't even know, who isn't even the adoptive parent.
Right.
Well, you're asking about this kid that you didn't. It's the 1800s. We don't care. Okay, so yeah.
It's all in service of the story.
It is.
Everybody.
This scene did not bother me the way that the teacher scene bothered me. Yeah, no. What is HIPAA? Okay, so now Charles is like, wah, 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 okie doke. So
could you write, he asked Mr. Case, could you write all this down for you so I can take that? I want to make sure I've got all this right to explain it.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So now we're back in Walnut Grove, and now it's time for Nancy to wash up the dishes. That's her punishment.
Yes.
AKA also getting paid for. But so she gets into the kitchen, sees the dishes, and again puts on the waterworks, puts on the act, starts to cry. What was it? It said it reminded her of being with her mother.
Being with her mother.
Yeah.
I
They
mean,
used to watch dishes with my mother, and she's gone, and before she abandoned me. And yes, it is.
And I love this. I always, always am listening for this stuff. David Rose's cue that he writes to cover this moment is sort of like crocodile tears.
Yes.
Kind of a cue here. So the audience is knowing.
Now we know.
Yeah, we know. And David is amplifying that with this cue that he wrote as she's sobbing her way. And Hester Sue, Ketty was always lovely in these scenes. And, she still doesn't know who she's dealing with. So she's being loving,
very
sweet,
sympathetic.
Hester Sue.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they decide, let's put her on the switchboard, and maybe one day she'll come back to the dishes, which is
what a thing. What a thing to do. Put her on the switchboard and control them.
We thought Nellie was that at the switchboard. My God.
I mean, talk
Nancy.
about opening up another story.
I know.
I don't think we ever got there with her. She was never on the switchboard. We never saw her on the switchboard, but you could just see the
and
glee
she was like,
in her eyes.
I want to be on the switchboard.
Yeah. I can screw up everybody now if I get on the switchboard.
Yeah. True evil. Yeah. Okay. Now, here we go.
And this is now we're in Act 4.
Right. Now we're back, and who? So I guess Pa tells Nels and Harriet.
Right, they're all standing there at the Olsons, and Harriet's reading the stuff, and Harriet can't believe it.
She's precious baby.
That Nancy would lie to that extent.
Right. And is very disturbed by it. Thank God.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
And so Laura then devises a plan. This is good old kid Laura now at heart.
Yeah.
Now it's a soap opera where they're like scheming to do weird, crazy stuff.
Yeah. So Laura devises a plan. We still don't know what the plan is, but she's like, don't worry, I'm going to handle this. Don't tell Nancy that we learned the truth about her.
The orphanage.
Leave it all to me, and everything's going to be fine.
Right.
Now, what's so funny about this is that this little musical montage of Laura going to house to house to house,
recruiting the children,
recruiting the kids, is that literally? It's like the happiest of music. Do. We're gonna go to the kids' houses. We're gonna devise a plan to shamefully humiliate this girl in the public square. Yada da da. It's so wild.
I mean, that is something sort of that 12-year-old Laura absolutely would have done. And we would let that go. Because
of course,
like this is justice in the playground.
It was a choice doing that happy music to this little montage. I mean, it was such a choice. It was a bold choice. Yeah. That I find very interesting, that because I'm like, come on, guys, we're gonna cure the psycho.
Laura, how much of this is Laura getting some revenge against Nellie again? Well, I can fix this one. I couldn't get the other one.
Right, in a place of authority. Sure, of course.
Because
that's why she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this.
She is sort of very happily doing this.
Oh my God.
And writing the names down, and this is what we're going to do. And it's like, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's almost like the ending credit music. It's so happy.
Yeah, that interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, what am I watching right now? Okay.
So now we go now the plot, the plan is taking shape, and we're going to have a bazaar.
Yes.
And we need a mermaid booth.
Who's the most special.
We need to make the mermaid, like this
queen.
has happened before. So Alison, was there ever a mermaid booth before? No, of course not.
No. I got dunked. We were at the fair, and somehow I got talked into doing it, and then I get done. No, a mermaid. I'm like, when the hell did they have a mermaid queen? No, she makes this up. There's no mermaid.
This reminds me
of
Charlie Brown Christmas, where Lucy is talking about like the Christmas pageant, and she's like, "We're even going to have a Christmas queen," and she wants to be the Christmas queen. So this is the mermaid
Christmas queen. It's Lucy. Okay. And now here's what I loved about this. So Nancy buys it. They tell her this ludicrous story that even after they clearly all hate her and she's not in the pageant, you're in the pageant. In fact, you're the star. You're the star. You're the queen. And there's a mermaid queen. Why is there a mermaid queen? What does that have to do with anything? She believes them completely and buys it and doesn't question it, proving my theory that no one is easier to con than a con. It's the people who sling the BS and con and lie everybody are the most gullible.
Well,
every time.
if it's flattery and praise, yes, that's classic narcissist, right? Like classic narcissistic behavior is, as long as you're flattering them, they'll buy it. Like it's all self-serving stuff. So
where are we seeing this in our world today?
Well, I wonder.
Let's not.
But
go
anyway.
As the British would say, there's a lot of it about.
Okay. So anyway, Mrs. Oleson now makes this beautiful mermaid costume. And I will say,
and it is beautiful.
This mermaid costume is an iconic costume.
Yes, it is.
In all of Little House on the Prairie.
It is.
It's fantastic.
It is as iconic as Laura's grown-up dress that she first wears. It's as iconic as the blue dress with the little flowers that they wear as little girls. It is iconic. Everyone knows this outfit. This is like the stuff of legend. Nancy is feeling
it's really
great.
Quite gorgeous.
It
it's
is
like
so beautiful.
Yeah.
She looks beautiful. She feels beautiful. Now here's the shady stuff that happens next. This is also like, what? So Albert takes Nancy and they go under like this. It's dark.
Well, no,
wait
a second. Before
that.
No.
Sorry, I jumped the gun.
No. Before that, Harriet and Nels are hearing this story about how she's been voted, and Nels is saying, why would they want her?
Yes. He's the only one thinking that.
Yeah, exactly.
Only person to question any of this.
All right, so now we're at the bazaar.
Okay, now we're at the bazaar, and Albert takes her, and she's like, I can't see. What is happening? And he's like, no, it's going to be a surprise, and we're going to reveal you, and just sit here. And she's like, it's too dark. So she cannot see anything that's going on, which is, creepy in itself. And then it is finally revealed. There she is in all of her glory on a swing in the air. Here's the mermaid. Yay! And she looks down and sees that she is over a big pool of water.
Yes.
And quickly realizes that this is the dunking booth at the bazaar. Brilliant.
And she's yes, and she rightly, not surprisingly, she begs to be, insists that she be taken out of this thing.
Yep.
Albert is, calling lining, or no, it was Willie who's like lining people up for their tickets.
Oh, yes.
Yes, of course.
No, that happens first. And then the curtain rises and Nancy sees that she's water. Get me out of this. You wanted to be the mermaid. And now we start with the retribution. And
then the veil is lifted because Belinda is the first one to have a go.
Yes,
and what comes out of that little girl Nancy's mouth is so horrific, where she's like, I'm glad you got sick, which was so shocking even for Harriet that snaps Harriet out of it finally.
Yeah.
Well, and Belinda does get her. She's the third try.
Ball,
she gets her.
Third throw.
Satisfying again to the audience. Yes.
Very satisfying to the audience. But she's so hurt that when that veil sort of rises and we actually see what Nancy actually thinks and actually feels.
Yeah.
It is also incredibly satisfying that Harriet finally snaps out of this thing and sees her for what she's actually doing.
Yeah.
And she picks up the balls and has a go at her, also rightfully so.
Which is awesome.
What I loved about this was that when she finally hits it on the third try,
yes.
and she goes down, Catherine's expression, shock that she actually did it, and it's that perfect combination of like, yes, I needed to do this, yes, she deserved it, and also like, I can't believe I had to do this, and I can't believe this little girl's it is the perfect combination of like a mother's guilt and also doing what was appropriate to be done. I just, and it was maybe, even comedic, but it wasn't.
Yeah. And, and really, maybe that's the redeeming moment in this.
Yes.
Is that, more than anything else, that's the redemption, is if the woman who's been defending Nancy all along is willing to say, this is unacceptable, then the town's actions become acceptable.
That's it. So for me, and then she does come up to Nancy, and again, Catherine McGregor, like, where were her awards? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Thank you.
This last scene, she dunks her in the pool, and then she immediately comes up to her and says, I love you. I love you. Yeah. And this is debatable. What do you guys think? And Nancy, and I do think it's a moment of maybe fleeting honesty, where she says, I love you too. And then she says, okay, buck up, do this, hold your head up high and do this. You have to do this. And she does. And for the rest of the afternoon gets dunked in this pool.
She gets dunked. Right.
But do you guys, for me, I had a thought of like, is this still a con on Nancy's part? Because I think, Dean, you're right. I think the change really was Harriet. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how much Nancy actually, I know the lesson. I know what Michael Landon's intention is. Of course. Michael Landon's intention is, yes, Nancy actually had a moment of honesty and actually had a caring feeling and was able to receive love as well. I get that was what's supposed to happen. Yeah. But what do you think actually happened?
I think Nancy did, but only with Mrs. Oleson, only with Harriet. That she has the thing of, okay, this is the person I need to maybe not screw with. I have to not lie to her anymore.
I think that rings true to me.
Be cool with her because she's in my corner and none of these other people really are. So maybe I should like make some kind of peace and be nice to this lady because this thing. But the whole thing, and then you're saying like, yes, if they all hate her, then the dunk tank is cruel. But then Harriet says, no, I love you. You just can't do this. And that's where it kind of works.
Yeah.
So and then Laura has the voiceover at the end that people cared enough about her to not let her get away with bad behavior. That's sort of that's in essence what the voiceover says at the end. Mm-hmm. I wonder if at that point we just have to embrace the we have to just embrace the teaching moment that is here. The people cared enough about her to let her know. Now, nothing changed.
No,
if you watch what follows, and she's the same. She is
maybe attempted murder didn't happen again.
Yes. She stopped trying to kill people, and she continued to be nice to her mother. Other than that.
Other than the attempted murder stuff, nothing really changed.
Other than the attempted murder.
But she swore off murder. She totally swore off murder. That was it. That's the last time she tried to kill anybody.
Well, that's a huge lesson to be learned.
Well, yes.
I think it was a great improvement.
If there was one thing to be improved upon, that would be the thing. Yeah, I guess so.
I said at the end, I get the lesson, tough, wet love. I mean, it's like...
Well, take that as you will.
It's just, it is... Look, it does... The episode ties up in a neat little bow. This is what the show was famous for. I wonder how many people watching this wondered, has anything really changed here?
Yeah, I know. Listen, it is super satisfying on a visceral level seeing this girl being dumped in it. Like, but then I was thinking, like, if I was Belinda and I almost died because this girl purposely locked me in an ice house, would this satisfy that? Like, would it? Like, would I be cool with her after this? Because I dunked her in a pool.
No trial,
I think
no
we
hearing,
should
no
ask
charges,
Melora
just
Hardin
this.
sometime about
yes,
that.
We need to talk to
Melora
Melora
Hardin on to talk about this.
I agree.
Because I think she's, Melora is a very bright actress. I'm wondering what her take on this would be.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know. We have to. What would be awesome if we could get Melora and Allison, Balser, Melora Hardin together. Like what, space-time inversion of the universe would happen if we had them together.
Be a very entertaining conversation.
Well, let's try. Let's try.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should try all of that. But I think your point is well taken. I mean, this is someone who nearly dies.
Yeah.
In an ice house.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
It's a lot. It's extra.
Pretty nice,
as the kids
pretty
say.
incredible forgiveness for that.
Yeah, and again, I'm no dummy. I know this serves the purpose of the show.
No,
I know the show is about lessons and blah, 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 blah. And not to take it all too seriously. But it is interesting to see it in a 2026 eye, right? With 2026 eyes now. Being like, that's not how we'd handle that.
It is interesting. I'm going to say this is another Michael Landon really prescient moment. We are living in our culture today where there is a level of unrepentant evil around us that is extraordinary. That we've just never, to quote someone, we've just never seen anything like this before. And this was an interesting take for Little House back in 1981. So we're talking 25 years ago.
Yeah.
40, what am I talking about? 45 years ago.
Although it feels like 25 years ago, not 45 years.
Yeah, 45 years ago, we're getting this lesson where the level, the amping up of evil was significant. I mean, Allison, Nellie was benignly evil by comparison to this.
I mean,
I don't think
Nellie
you
never tried to kill anybody.
You weren't doing
never tried to kill anybody.
Yeah, there were no murder plots.
Never tried
Nellie.
to kill anybody in the show.
Thank goodness. And that's why people continue to love you so much.
Yeah.
Because anything you did was
murder
redeemable.
was right off the table.
Yeah, murder was off the table. Good for you. Good for everybody involved that murder was off the table.
Yeah,
why is
the good old days.
Yeah, why is it in 1981 that suddenly murder could be
on the table?
That's really
Reagan?
something.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd be curious to know what our audience thinks about this, and our audience is it's a very loyal audience, and
they're very smart.
I've seen recently the most current metric is we've had over 1.2 million downloads on the podcast now. Yeah,
Holy
yeah, 1.2 million downloads on the podcast now. So I think we have an audience that's intrigued.
Yes,
by all of this. I'd be curious to know what they think. And look, I'm not asking anyone to step into the allegorical aspects of this, but the evolution of taking one character that's just sort of like nasty, bratty, and does horrible things to people, but no death involved, and taking that to a character where the worst possible outcomes are totally on the table. Mm-hmm. It's a really interesting evolution. So I think we need to say goodbye now.
All right. That was God going, cut it short, guys.
Recording resumed. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. That was something you people have been on this thing too long. Wonky. Damn you. Yeah. We should probably run. But yeah, and this character then going to this next character who will attempt murder, and now we're about to go into a world where there will be another. There shall be another. It's not Highlander. Right. There can only be one. There shall be another. What will she do? How far are they going to take that?
Exactly. It's so fascinating that all these programs are entertainments for their time. Right. And how will the 1870s, well, we've seen in contemporary entertainment, and look at some of the Taylor Sheridan stuff where the level of evil and, in 1883, there's a huge level of evil in that.
Deadwood.
Deadwood.
Deadwood,
One of the most cruel, evil things. So it's
everybody's
really
awful in Deadwood.
Yeah, everyone's awful. No, I agree. Anyway, there's a lot to be considered here. We'll be all going to be fascinated on July 9th when the first season of Little House on the Prairie
I can't believe we have a date.
Yeah, I think they're going to be viewing parties.
Screening party, please.
We must.
Screening party.
We must.
Yeah.
We must.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I was gonna say maybe I should come out to California.
And we should do.
Yes,
We should do a live
have
podcast around it. Oh God, would
live
that be
podcast
great.
screening party, and you need to be there. Yeah.
Here we're everybody. We're inventing this. We had
I
not
know.
talked about
This
this.
has not happened yet.
This is like, Pamela just spun this up right now.
Me. Okay, throw me under the bus. All right.
No, I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a good idea too.
Great idea.
All right. Well, we'll let you guys know. We'll discuss. We'll have discussions.
We'll discuss.
In the meantime, we're going to wrap this one up. You guys, this was so much fun. This was so much fun. Of course, we have so much to cover before Nancy even enters the show at all. But we will. We have got a lot of recapping to do.
Oh yeah, we jumped way ahead here, and we'll jump. We'll just keep going.
Yeah.
There's really no system in this. We just pick episodes.
Literal dart throwing.
Yeah.
Which one? That one.
Yeah.
But we enjoy them, and we hope you guys do too. So join us on our socials, Little House 50 Podcast, on our website, littlehouse50podcast.com. Hey, how are you not on Patreon? And if you aren't, why? We talk about so many other things that y'all are missing. Why are you missing it? You don't need to miss it. Join us on Patreon. I don't know what we're going to talk about today, but it's going to be really good, whatever it is, as it always is. And that's it, you guys. Have I said everything I needed to say?
Yeah, other than Bob, get the wig, you've said everything.
And Dean just said it. Here we go, guys. Bob, get the wig. Let's fly. Not the